Big sale, big savings at oldtimeradiodvd.com. All of our collections. The prices have been slashed. Pricing will be good until January the 1st, 2018, so don't wait. Buy today and enjoy for a lifetime at oldtimeradiodvd.com. You'll be glad you did.
From Hollywood, California, we bring you the Smiths of Hollywood. Yes, friends, the Smiths of Hollywood, with Brenda Marshall as Nancy Smith.
Bumps, are you going to stay in the bathroom forever?
Jan Ford as daughter Bumps.
I'm making myself glamorous.
Harry Von Zell as Bill Smith.
What, glamour already? Don't you know beauty is only skin deep?
Isn't that deep enough? What are you, William, a cannibal?
And that was Arthur Treacher as Uncle Cecil from England. And tonight, our special guest is Marcia Hunt. Now for the Smiths, as introduced by the music of Charles Hathaway. Presented by... Yes, neighbors, you're on the right beam. The Smiths of Hollywood. And now, here's Bill Smith.
Hello, everybody. Nancy and I were invited to a cocktail party this afternoon. You've read about Hollywood cocktail parties. Miss Cynthia Glamour, the new glamour queen, was hostess of a small gathering today for 500 of her intimate friends. What that means is that after 4 or 5 cocktails, 500 total strangers became intimate friends. Anyway, Nancy and I were invited, and at the last minute, Uncle Cecil decided he wanted to go, too. No, now, Uncle Cecil, you listen to me. This is final. You are not going to the party with us. The way you behaved at that last party we took you to. Why, the hostess's eyebrows haven't come down yet.
William, you treat me as if I were a poor relation.
Well?
Uncle Cecil, don't try to be Cinderella. Didn't we take you to the ball game yesterday?
Ball game? I thought that was an anti-British demonstration.
Anti-British demonstration? Now, whatever gave you that idea?
Well, you heard the crowd? They kept yelling, "Kill the Empire!"
Umpire.
Well, anyway, William, you should take me to the party. If I were in your shoes...
You are in my shoes. And if you insist on wearing my shoes, please keep them shined. Wonder if it's warm enough out for a coat.
Yes, and pants, too.
Mom, I had a terrible thing happen.
Look at you. Did you fall in a mud hole with that new dress on?
Oh, I didn't mean to, but I didn't have time to take it off.
You ought to be spanked.
Oh, now, Bill, she's tired and hungry, and a child shouldn't be punished on an empty stomach.
What's wrong with turning her over?
Now, will you be quiet?
Bumps, I left food for you in the icebox. We'll be home early.
I know those cocktail parties. 5 to 8, and you get home at 5.
Well, with me chaperoning your father, we'll be home at 8. Bill, how do you like me in this strapless dress, huh?
Well, as a husband, darling, I think you ought to try to get a little farther into the dress.
Tell me, what holds it up? Oh, yes, of course, yes, how stupid of me.
Who all is going to be at the party, Pop?
Who's going to be at the party? Oh, Bill Holden, Ann Sheridan, Marcia Hunt.
And Sir Cecil Smythe.
And Sir Cecil Smythe. He is not.
William, you social moth. When I come into my own, I'll be the one who gads about and doesn't take you.
It'll be fine. So far, you've done nothing but take me.
Oh, now, easy now, darling. Come here and kiss me before I put on my mouth, huh?
Well, what have you been wearing?
What a typical husband kiss.
Oh, how do you know? Listen, darling, can't you hurry? We're going to be late.
Now, don't nag me. I've been saying for an hour I'd be ready in a minute.
But we're supposed to be at Miss Glamour's at 5 sharp.
William, if you arrived at 10, you wouldn't be sharp. Run along if you're in such a hurry. I'll escort Nancy.
Now, that invitation is for Nancy and me.
Don't feel too bad, Uncle Cecil. You and I can stay home and play Chinese checkers.
Stay home with you, you little monster. Not for me. I'll find me own diversion, Chinese checkers.
Now, don't go away mad, Uncle Cecil.
You'll live to regret your high-handed ways, William. Well, cheerio. I hope you have a dreadful time.
Oh, poor Uncle Cecil. I hope he doesn't go out and get into any trouble.
No, we're very safe, dear. He hasn't any money. We're taking the car. My scotch is hidden, and Bump's piggy bank is empty. But now hurry, Nancy. The party will be over before we get there.
Imagine my nephew refusing to take me to the cocktail party, and only because I wasn't invited. In Hollywood, of all places. Probably be champagne, lots of important people, beautiful girls, producers. Oh, what a daisy field. Why is it Dame Fortune smiles on some people and gives me the horse laugh? Are you shooting at me, madam? Have a flat tire?
No, thanks. I just had one.
Oh, dear, what a shame.
I would get a flat one on a half hour late and miles from a garage and no one to help. And me in my best dress.
Yes, what a shame, yes. Well, good luck. Cheerio.
Oh, don't go, Sir Walter Raleigh. I love to have a man watch me change a tire.
Do you really? Well, I've nothing better to do. I'll be glad to watch. I say, you go about this very professionally.
Oh, I've won several tire-changing contests. There's only one thing I'd like to know.
What's that?
Which one of these things is a jack?
Well, maybe I can tell you, yes. Now, could this be a jack?
Oh, I believe it is. How clever of you. Very few good-looking men have brains, too.
Well, it was really just deduction. You see, there's only one other thing in the trunk, that thingamabob there.
Oh, you are clever. I never would have known the difference between a lug wrench, a thingamabob, and a jack. Now, I wonder how that jack works. Oh, but you run along. You're probably late for a date with some lovely girl, a distinguished man like you. Oh, you shouldn't have crawled clear under the car. Really? Oh, you'll get all dirty.
Oh, that doesn't matter. If I'm going to stay here and be a pedestrian in Los Angeles, I might as well get used to looking at the underside of an automobile.
Oh, are you a newcomer here? How do you find California?
Oh, just look behind the billboards, and there it is. I say, are you from California?
No, I'm from New York.
New York, eh? That's a lovely town. I lived there once myself, yes. Used to be in love with a girl on the east side.
Well, what happened? Did you finally see her west side? Oh, here, let me dust off your suit. Thank you for jacking up the car. But do you think it's high enough?
Well, it ought to be. An old hijacker like me. Rather good, eh?
Oh, marvelous. Just marvelous. Now, if we could get that hubcap off. Oh, listen to me saying we. Say, have you ever posed for those men of distinction ads?
My dear girl, don't dirty your hands. I'll get that hubcap off. Oh, I say, tell me, do I really look like a man of distinction?
Oh, yes, there's something about you. Maybe the way your elbow bends. Now maybe we could take that thingamabob and loosen the tire lug.
What did you call me, madam?
I meant the tire lug. Oh, no, I meant the tire lug. Oh, I suppose I could unloosen the lugs, but you seem so much bigger and stronger.
Do I?
This is really awfully kind of you. I was supposed to be at a party at Miss Glamour's by 5.
Oh, you're going to Miss Glamour's party?
Yes, and I never would have made it without you.
My dear girl, you still won't make it without me. Oh, won't William be surprised?
Oh, are you going too?
Thank you. Yes, it would be a pleasure. I say, you know, you look vaguely familiar. Haven't we met before?
I don't think so. My name's Marcia Hunt.
Marcia Hunt? Marcia Hunt? What do you mean? The actress I just saw in the picture, Carnegie Hall? Oh, I say,
so.
Won't William be surprised?
Oh, I guess while we're working, we might as well have some music. I'll turn on the car radio.
Oh, that's an excellent idea, except I hate radio.
Yes, all you usually get is commercials.
Oh, I say, that's nice. Do you know the words?
Let's see now. Each little rosebud is sleeping while shadows are creeping in a little cottage cozy. The world seems rosy at sundown, where a loving smile will greet me and always meet me at sundown. I seem to sigh, I'm in heaven, when night is falling and love is calling me home.
And that was Charles Hathaway playing At Sundown. And now for a word from our sponsor.
I knew there'd be a commercial.
And that was the sponsor of the Smiths of Hollywood. Now back to Charles Hathaway and his...
Leave the radio on. I wanted to hear you sing some more.
Oh, no. I'd better help you with the tire if we're going to make that party before it's over.
I say this spare is certainly heavy. Well, that's Los Angeles for you. How many pounds of smog do you carry in your tire?
Oh, you'll have to hurry if you want to get to the party before the bar closes.
Oh, I'd really rather stay here and talk to the bar closes. Oh, well, now start warming up the motor, dear, will you?
quite a party, huh, Nancy? Oh, darling, relax. Let go a little.
Have you ever tried to let go a little in a strapless dress?
Well, not lately. Hey, look. Look coming my way, Mrs. Moneymaker. Say, that's some necklace she's wearing, isn't it?
I heard it was made out of all her old wedding rings.
Now, Tabby.
Darling. Oh, how are you?
Why?
However did Nancy let you go out alone? Oh, hello, Nancy. How are you, darling?
Wonderful, darling.
Well, I thought you'd be home looking after your child. Oh, but then she must be almost fully grown now. How is Bump?
She plays with your grandchildren, haven't they told you?
What a charming dress you have on, dear. Is that the same one you wore at the Basil Rathbun's party, the night we celebrated the end of the war?
I wish I had your memory. Which war do you mean?
Well, so nice to see you. Goodbye, Bill.
Goodbye, Mrs. Moneymaker.
Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
I should have said grand kittens, not grandchildren.
Oh, now, darling, don't you be catty. After all, Mrs. Moneymaker has a very magnetic personality.
She ought to. Everything she has on is charged. So, that woman mentioning age. Bill, she's 50 if she's a day.
Oh, Nancy, she couldn't be. She's not.
She is, too. I counted the rings under her eyes.
Why, Nancy, darling.
Oh.
What cave have you been hiding in? Oh, hello, Bill.
Fergie, how are you, darling? Fergie, I heard that your new movie was quite a success.
Why, thank you.
Not at all. I hear it's the only movie in town where people are standing in line to get out.
Well, nice to have seen you, Nancy.
Yeah.
Bill Smith, Fergie's a very good actor. You shouldn't have said that.
Fergie is a good actor. Nancy, he's been in so many B pictures that confidentially he stings.
Oh, Bill, look, isn't that the actor over there that wears the toupee?
Nancy, he might hear you.
Well, what if he does hear me? He knows he wears a toupee.
Oh, you don't. I love you.
Oh, do you honestly?
Uh-huh.
There are an awful lot of beautiful women here tonight.
I know, darling. They are an awful lot. I wouldn't trade you for the whole bunch.
Oh.
You're the most gorgeous, wonderful, the most clever, prettiest girl I've ever met. And I love you more than any man has ever loved a girl before. Does that mean anything to you, darling?
Yes. It means you've had too many cocktails.
Honest, Nancy, Hey. Oh, no.
What?
Look, coming in the door.
Oh, Uncle Cecil. With Marcia Hunt.
Yeah,
Or have I had too many cocktails, Bill?
Oh, well, would you look at that? Handing his hat and cane to Gregory Peck to take care of.
Oh, come on, let's go see what goes on.
Yeah, Uncle Cecil. Uncle Cecil.
William, didn't expect to find you here. How did you get in? Crawl under the gate?
No, I didn't crawl under the gate.
Oh, you came in with the groceries like a cockroach.
Now, you cut that now. How did you get in here? I want to have a word with you.
If you want more money, the answer is no.
Fine, listen, if you're going to insult me, at least take off my shoes and do it barefooted.
Miss Hunt, may I introduce some poor relations of mine? My nephew, William Smith, and the woman who has the misfortune of being his wife, Nancy Smith.
Why, Nancy and I know each other. We worked together on the community chess drive.
Oh, it's good to see you again, Marcia. But I didn't know that you and Uncle Cecil were friends.
Oh, I just bumped into him. I had a flat.
Yes, a flat, yes. He had a flat in New York, and I had a flat down the hall. You know what? We're old friends. Used to brew coffee together. Come, Miss Hunt, there are several people here I'd like you to introduce me to.
Oh, but Nancy and I
Now,
haven't
that woman
seen each
over
other.
there, don't you think I ought to meet her?
You certainly should. She's your hostess.
Then I must meet her. Come, Miss Hunt.
But look, I
Look,
don't know
I'll hang
somebody.
on to your arm so you won't get lost in the crowd. Nice seeing you, William. Cheerio.
That guy. If they ever take a blood transfusion from him, they'll get nothing but nerve tonic, believe me.
Oh, Bill, look at that.
What?
He's going over to Ann Sheridan.
Oh,
He's kissing her hand.
Mm-hmm. And if I know Uncle Cecil, he's taking the diamond out of her ring with his teeth. Come on, Nancy, dear. I've had enough of this party.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to see what happened.
Happens. Don't worry. You'll hear about it from Uncle Cecil tomorrow at breakfast. I want to get out of here before anyone else finds out we even know Uncle Cecil.
How was the party last night? You got home awfully early.
Yeah, well, don't mention it. Isn't Uncle Cecil joining us for breakfast?
I hear him coming downstairs now.
Uncle Jimmy has got a beautiful ruby tinted nose. Well, how are we all this morning?
We're awake, at least. Did you know, Rip Van Winkle, that even the laziest birds were up long ago?
Well, if I'd spent the night perched on a tree limb like a sparrow, I suppose I would have been up long ago, too. I say the same old breakfast.
What's wrong with the same old breakfast?
Oh, I suppose it's all right, but now that I'm about to become a leading man in the movies, I'll want a little more respect around here.
You a leading man? What are you going to do, walk Lassie around the block?
Now, you keep a civil tongue, child, or I won't give you an autograph when I attain stardom.
Oh, what on earth are you talking about, Uncle Cecil?
Well, isn't it in the morning papers? I met a producer last night, and he asked me if I could take a screen test today.
Well, what do they want to do? Use your chins in a double feature?
Quiet, you little monster. Marcia is to call about the screen test this morning.
Would you listen to that Marcia already?
Yes, he's doing.
Well, they have A pictures and B pictures. No reason why they couldn't have Z pictures.
Nancy, if you talk that way, when I bring home an Oscar, I won't even let you dust it.
Oh, Uncle Cecil, who do you think you're kidding?
Don't say anything you'll regret, William. The producer said I was just what he's been looking for.
Oh, goody, they're reviving Frankenstein.
Yes, that's something that'll have to stop. And another thing, I'd like some alterations made. I'm tired of such a small room.
Well, I suppose we could put on thinner wallpaper.
Yeah. Uncle Cecil, listen, just because you meet Marcia Hunt some devious way and crash a party is no reason to put on a big act. We know you're not being screen tested.
Probably the producer I met at the party calling to present me with a contract.
It's probably the hostess of the party calling to present you with a bill of damages.
I'll take it. Hello.
Hello, is this Mr. Smith?
Speaking.
Oh, this is Marcia Hunt. Is your uncle around?
Miss Hunt, I'm sure he's sorry for anything he said or did, but...
Oh, this is about his screen test.
Huh?
I'm going to help him out with it. Could you tell him to be at the studio at 2 o'clock, stage 4?
Well, put me on the mantle and call me Oscar. You mean the old fossil wasn't kidding?
Oh, what did you say, Mr. Smith?
Nothing. Now, I'll give him your message, Miss Hunt. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Oh, I can't understand it, Uncle Cecil. It looks like you weren't lying. That was Miss Hunt, and your screen test is for 2 o'clock this afternoon.
2, eh? Rather early, isn't it?
Uncle Cecil, you mean you really might be a movie idol?
Well, he's got the background. He's been idle most of his life. What am I saying? I'm sorry. He might start bringing home a paycheck.
Gosh, Uncle C's a movie star. Can I watch at your screen test, huh?
Well...
Oh, I'd like to go, too.
Well...
Yeah, me too.
I'd like to go, too. It's beginning to sound like a parade.
Well, you have to be nice to your fans.
Yeah, and after all, a big shot like you ought to be able to get us all into the studio.
Very well, but on one condition. While we're in the studio, no talking. I don't want any distracting influences while I'm playing a love scene with Marcia. Right?
Right.
Oh, don't start being yes men already. I don't want to be surrounded by yes men. William, I'll have to wear your shoes. May I?
Oh, by all means, Uncle Cecil. But if your feet have swelled as much as your head, I doubt if they'll fit you today.
So this is what the inside of a movie studio looks like. Oh, there's Marcia Hunt waving.
Bumps, and all of you, you promised no talking till my screen test is through. Marcia, how are you, darling? Hope I'm not late.
Oh, right on time. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Bill.
Hello.
Oh, and this is your daughter?
Bumps, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
You wouldn't see that if you knew her. Well, we can be sociable later. Let's get on with my career.
If you want. They're ready for us any time. I'll explain the scene. I play a very spoiled, wealthy young woman.
Yes?
Now, you and I are all alone. It's evening, and the scene is my bedroom.
Oh, how interesting. We were married then.
Oh, no, not you and me.
Oh, a triangle, eh? Yes. Well, that's very interesting, yes.
Well, I'm sure you'll do fine. Now, here are your lines. Read them over. You're not nervous, are you?
Me nervous? Never.
Oh, just one of those people who always read upside down.
Yes, do you think it's easy?
Miss Hunt, are you ready for the test?
All ready.
Of course. Let's be on with it.
Okay. You, move under those lights. Now, Miss Hunt, beside him. That's it.
We're ready.
Lights. Camera. Roll 'em. Action.
Derek is gone. He'll never return, I know that now. I am deserted by everyone. Alone. And you are the only one who has been loyal. And I can't count the women who'd give their right arm to get you away from me. That's your line. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Thank you, madam. Dinner is served.
Thank you, Jeeves.
All right, cut. What kind of a love scene was that?
Love scene? You're the butler, you dope.
What? Me, a butler?
Oh, but I thought you understood.
I'm sorry, Miss Hunt. We'd be glad to oblige, but this man's just not the type to play a butler.
I, Sir Cecil Smythe, Knight of His Majesty's Court, play a butler? Preposterous.
Uncle Jeeves, can I have your autograph?
Quiet, you little monster. Let's get out of here.
The leading man seems to be dragging a little.
William, I'm in no mood for your humor.
The scene played with more feeling. Madam.
Again.
Will you have some more?
What a vile child.
Here, Uncle Cecil, don't you dare kick my daughter with my shoe.
Oh, and all that money you were going to make.
Yeah, it's too bad. I had hoped you'd be able to buy your own scotch.
And to think it was a flat tire that started this whole miserable affair.
See, it's Marcia Hunt again.
Oh, dear, another flat tire. Miles from a garage and no one to help.
This is where I came in. Goodbye.
Oh, Mr. Smith.
She's talking to you, William. Cheerio.
No, Uncle Cecil, you can't just leave a lady in distress.
I can't? Oh, yes, I can. Come along, Nancy. William, we'll see you in the movies.
And now, a word from our sponsor. At the movies, and the movies flung him back. But next time, maybe you'll have better luck. Be on hand next week. Same time, same station, same jokes. The Smiths of Hollywood with Arthur Treacher, Brenda Marshall, Harry Von Zell, Jan Ford, and as our special guest tonight, Marcia Hunt, is written by Dick Nasserman, directed by Robert Fresnel, Jr., and produced by Andrew Hickok. The original music is scored and conducted by Charles Hathaway. Also in tonight's cast was Lois Corbett. And this is Tyler McVeigh saying good night